Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy Man Cuts. Today we got a full breakdown, a full length tutorial on how to achieve a mid/high ball fade. So to break off into this tutorial, the very first thing you're going to do, of course, is whatever desired length your client is looking for, you take that specific guard. In this case, my client likes a number 1, and we got the level all the way open, and we're just keeping everything consistent. And I mean, this step right here is pretty self-explanatory, but a little advice that I can give you guys is don't be afraid to take more than one pass through the hair. Honestly, I feel like one pass through the hair is never consistent. It never lays down how I like it to lay down. So don't be afraid to get in there and, take 3, 4, maybe even 5 strokes through the hair. And just, make sure the hair is laying down to your liking, man, because you don't want to send anybody out the chair with, an inconsistent haircut, man. So, just keep everything consistent, man. And before we even really get into the tutorial, I got to give a huge shout out to my producer, HBG Beats, man. Everything to his contact information, his social media handles, his BeatStar account, everything is going to be in the description, man. I told you guys in a previous video that, before the new year kicked off, man, I had a conversation with him and I told him that, I want some beats that I can really talk to you guys to, man. It didn't, give you guys a vibe like we are, in school or anything like that. Like more of a vibe like, we just kicking it, man. We doing our thing, man, and just learning, man. We having fun with it. And as you guys can see, when I was in the crown area, again, my client isn't, a real waver. He's just more of a client that has natural waves. So there's no real particular way he wants his hair cut other than evenly. So when you get in that crown area, just make sure you take your time and cut it in the natural direction that the client, has trained his hair to go or is just naturally laying. And to break into the tutorial, we start off with our wall balding clippers and we set in our first initial guideline. If you don't know, now you know. When it comes to setting in guidelines on this channel, I believe in setting in everything consistent and neat. I just feel like it sets you up for a nice even fade and it makes your job a lot easier. So as you guys can see, man, we're getting that guideline in there and we're just keeping it consistent. We're just keeping it all the way consistent, man, making our work area and our canvas as clean as possible. And I did already fade my client's left side of the head, so you guys will see me fade, of course, his right side that we're on right now, and then I will let you guys see when I connect the fade in the back. And I really won't do too much talking then. I want to see if you guys got it. So let me know in the comment section if you were able to keep up and know the steps step by step. So as you guys can see, we got it consistent, man. Everything is starting to already come together, give it some life. So right here we break off into our Andes Master with the level all the way open, and we're just keeping everything consistent. And when you're using this step right here, step 2, phase 2, guideline number 2, whatever you want to say, just make sure you go up about 1 inch. So initially, if you go up 1 inch, you want to make sure every guard or every step that you do, you keep it consistent. So next step, we're going to go with the number 1 guard, and you want to go up about 1 inch. Keep it consistent. And you guys already know, if you don't know, now you know. After every few strokes, make sure you comb or brush your hair and lay it back down. Now we break off into our number 1 guard with the level all the way open. And this right here, this is a guard maybe a couple of you guys or a lot of you guys aren't familiar with, but this actually is the OG and his master guard, man. My boy Bean put me on to this joint right here, man. And I'm not gonna lie, he always say that they're diggers. And like, bro, I promise you guys, they really are diggers. Like, so you can get your hands on these joints, man. Definitely, you know what I'm saying? Give them a try and let me know how you like them. But as you guys can see, we're going up 1 inch, keeping it consistent. Now the lever is all the way closed and we're hitting right up under where we had the lever all the way open. And as you guys can see, the fade is already starting to kind of get its transition. We got a little bit of bulk at the top that we got to get out. We fading the bottom of that number 1 guard with the lever open all the way out with this lever all the way closed with the same guard and making it do what it do. Fade, man, is not as hard as it seems, man. It's it's pretty self-explanatory. It's just really you stacking your guards. Whatever system you may use, you're just stacking your guards. So now we're going with a number 2 guard with the lever all the way closed on of course, double magnetic and his master guards. And as you guys can see, that lever closed just brought the fade right together. Of course, there's some dark areas, but we'll go back and we'll fine tune it. You don't want to spend too much time on one area, and then next thing you know, you take in an hour and a half, 2 hours on a haircut. Go back with the number one guard, and then we're just corner working. Any dark areas that number two guard did not initially blend out, we're gonna just go on with that number one guard and make it do what it do. And as you guys can see, it's starting to come together. And as you guys can see, I'm using more of the hilt of my blade. I'm digging it out and just really utilizing my corners and the way that those guards are made. And then we're going with our half guard with the level all the way open, and we're just corner working. I tell anybody, man, if you guys have ever had a conversation with me one-on-one outside of YouTube, I tell you guys, for me, the half guard is basically a detailing guard. I really just utilize my corners, and then we halfway. And as you guys can see, like I was saying, I just utilize my corners. You would never really see me use my entire blade when it comes to using a half guard, just because I don't feel like it's necessary. And right here, we got the level all the way closed, and we're just blending it out, making it do what it do. And as you guys can see, man, the fade is already starting to come together. Again, we got a lot of dark spots. Well, I wouldn't say a lot, but you know, dark spots that I don't like. And as you guys can see, we bounce back with the level all the way open, and we're fine tuning. And those exact dark spots that I was talking about, they're starting to blend out. They're starting to come together. Now we can break off with our Anders Masters once again with the level halfway, and it's time to fade out that first initial guideline. And as you guys can see, man, it's doing what it need to do. And again, of course, we're not done. You always want to come back and detail and fine tune your work. I tell anybody, man, anybody can cut hair, but can't everybody be a barber? And what I mean by that, it doesn't take much to get a fade in there, you know, but getting that real detail in that barber's eye, like, that's really like what makes you a barber, man. And as you guys can see, man, I'm stretching the skin. It allows getting the guidelines out, especially bald guidelines out, a lot easier, and just makes everything flow. And once we start the detail, you're gonna see me just play with the lever. Man, my boy went crazy on this beat, man. Like, I'm really just catching a vibe with y'all just talking, man. Like, it's so simple, it's easy, man. It's just art, you know what I mean? And level all the way open, just corner working. Man, I give my dog a shout out every video, but my man Desmond, man, you know, when I talk to you all the time, bro, like I tell you, you gotta really master your clipper control, man. Like, you're gonna have to use angles. A part of detailing isn't just knowing what guard to use, or, you know what I'm saying, taking the guard off and corner working. It's like knowing what angle to have your clippers on. You're gonna have to have it at a 45-degree angle, 35, 90, and you just go from there. You know, we break back off into it with our zero guard, our half guard with the level all the way open, and just fine tuning. And as you guys can see, man, it's just a big difference from the beginning of the fade when it was first initially finished to now after we detail. Now we got the level halfway, and we're making it do what it do. And now the level's all the way closed, and we're just fine tuning. We pull out our wall balding clippers, and we're gonna fine tune, get the rest of that bottom line out of there. And I mean, don't get discouraged. I feel like you're doing something wrong 9 times out of 10, no matter if you're using a balding clipper or a trimmer. If your clipper isn't zero gap, it's probably not going to get that first initial guideline out of there, and that's okay. Just come back with whatever you use to set in that bald guideline and get it up out of there. As you guys can see, my dog is getting in there, man. We still detailing, we still fine tuning. We gotta get him in there, man. I'm a person, man, like, of course the lineup is everything, but man, it's something about having a nice blurry clean fade with a sharp line, man. It hit different, you know what I mean? So I spend most of my time on my face detailing more than, you know, actually doing my guidelines, man. And that's just my gift to the game, man. As you guys can see, we got him in there. Again, go with the wall balding clipper. We're gonna clean them up. And as you guys can see, man, that fade is in there. That fade is in there, man. And again, I'm not gonna talk too much through this. I just wanna see if you guys know. I'm gonna tell you guys the steps, and then I'm gonna see if you guys can follow like what I'm doing. This a tough angle right here. I ain't even gonna lie. You can see both sides of the hair is just blended. Lever open. Go over about an inch. Make it do what it do. But yeah, this angle right here is tough, man. Seeing both sides of the head already faded, then gotta connect it back. Man, like, we're gonna bring this fade to life. And when y'all know me on a personal level, y'all know that I always say barbering is art. So you guys gonna see exactly what I mean. Number 2 guard, level closed. Getting it in there. And I know I keep saying it, man, but my dog did his thing on this beat, man. Like, hey, bro, you did your thing, man. Number 1 guard, level all the way open. And as you guys can see, the way I had the clipper turned is a lot different than I had it on that right side of my client's head. And that's just because the way his hair grows. And that's a part of barbering too. You're not gonna use the same motion 24/7. You're gonna have to adjust to the way your client hair texture is and the way that it's naturally growing. Now the level is all the way closed, and we're hitting right up under that. Yeah, this is a real tough angle, man. You just gotta have fun with this barbering thing, for real. Half guard, level open. And I mean, it's not just with barbering. This is just with life, man. Like, we're here for a short time, not a long time, man. Man, we get one life that we know of, man. And it's like, there's no other way to live it other than being happy and having fun. You know what I mean? Like, man, just have fun and enjoy the process, man. Like, you got to. Level halfway. And we're going to close them all the way up. We're already all the way closed now. Making it do what it do. Back open. And as you guys can see, man, that fade is already starting to come together. Like, I'm a firm believer in no matter what you do in life, as long as you have fun and as long as you're happy, everything gonna work in your favor, man. You can't worry about, you know, this and that and things you can't control. Worry about what you can control and leave it at that. You know what I mean? No need of stressing and worrying about things that you can't control, man. And we're gonna start blending out that first initial guideline, level halfway. And we'll follow back up with the level all the way closed. And I think I covered it in the video earlier, but if I didn't, when you guys see me place my hand on my client's head like that, it may look like it's just hand placement, but I'm actually stretching the skin. When it comes to detailing and taking out guidelines, stretching the skin is just, it's essential, man. As you guys can see, the clipper still pretty much turned sideways. But as you guys can see, it's needed. If I was to cut it, just like I did that right side, I would plug my client. And then, you know, then I have a bad reputation as a barber, you know what I mean? So we don't want none of that. Number 1 guard, back on, man. We just detailing, just having fun, man. This is like the most important part of fading. The most important part of the haircut is just detailing, man. Like, I'm telling you guys, that's what's gonna separate your work from anybody in your city, anybody in your industry. And at the end of the day, don't even worry about none of that. Like, just give the game you. Your gift to the game is you. Don't worry about being in competition with the next man or the next woman. Be in competition within yourself. Every day you wake up, make sure you become a better version of yourself, man. Like, that's the end goal every single day. And we just having fun, man. Level all the way open. Getting any dark spots that I see out of there. And we're making it do what it do. But man, listen. 2023, man, is a year that, you know, I just feel different. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really having fun with the craft again, man. Like, really loving it, enjoying the content. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man. So if you made it this far in the video, man, I appreciate you. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. Leave me a comment in the comment section and tell me what you guys struggling on, man. What kind of videos you guys would like to see. I have a lot of different videos in the chamber, man. I'm trying to get them out to you guys as soon as possible. My plan is to drop at least 1 video a week, but I would like to get at least 2 or 3 out. And you guys can see, man, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on, man. Like, Come on, man. We catching the vibe, man. We having fun. You know what I mean? Like, man, we just detailing. As you guys can see, man, the fade is connected. So, man, I'm not going to beat you guys to death. Again, just rock out to the beat. Shout out to my producer. And if you made it this far, man, I truly appreciate you.